What's up guys, XHOUNDISHx here, and today I wanted to talk about Wrath of the Machine, and specifically the hard mode loot that we can expect to see when hard mode goes live on the 18th of October. So we're going to start out with the weapons, and we'll jump straight to the primary weapons, because these are pretty interesting and pretty exciting as well. So we have the pulse rifle, the steel Medulla. This will obviously drop from the final boss, and this is a 66 rate of fire and 14 impact variety of pulse rifle. Interestingly, that is the Red Death and Smite of Moraine archetype, but it does have one less impact. 14 instead of 15 impact, which is pretty strange. It could just be a bug in the stats, or it could be explained by some of the bonuses that we have on the weapons. So all of these weapons have Whirlwind's Curse. The weapon does bonus damage against fallen, bonus agility when the weapon is equipped. It also has full auto, so it can be fired in full auto mode. And then the other specific bonus is Sign of 4, where landing 3 bursts on a target causes the 4th burst to do extra damage. So this is a really interesting bonus. This could explain why the impact's been dropped a little bit. Perhaps it actually does a significant amount of damage. Either way, this archetype is pretty cool actually for PvE. I really enjoyed Smite of Moraine from King's Fall raid. That was a very good PvE weapon, particularly in the raid, so it's going to be really interesting to try this out. But if we jump to the other primary weapon that we have available in hard mode, we have the hand cannon. So this is called Fever and Remedy. It's a 22 rate of fire and 81 impact style of hand cannon, so the pretty popular archetype right there. And the bonuses are reactive reload and then quick reaction, which gives you increased agility when reactive reload is active. So this will be pretty interesting, especially in PvE. I'll be curious to see how effective that is. It could actually turn out to be a pretty good PvP weapon if it has good handling. So that's going to be really cool to try out. I like how they're keeping the doubled up bonuses on these things. You know, they use one bonus and then have a modified version of that bonus on top of it. It's going to be really cool to get these things dropped. Up next we have the Sidearm, and this is called the Zeal Vector, and this also has the reactive and quick reaction bonus on it, so that's going to be pretty cool to try. Presumably this will drop from the Arc Priest. We have another special weapon, the Sniper Rifle, and this is the 12 rate of fire and 37 archetype, and this has some very good bonuses as well. So we have Spray and Play, and then another bonus called Wait for It, which grants a larger than normal magazine when reloading an empty magazine. So they've doubled up on the reload thing, and it actually will guarantee you a larger magazine. So this is going to be really good for boss DPS. It's generally going to be a pretty useful sniper to have, and I really do like this model of sniper as well. Irene is one of my favorite snipers to run in raids and things like that. And interestingly, I'm not sure whether this sniper will drop at the Arc Priest or whether they might bump one of these specials, and if they were going to do it, it'd probably be the sniper. Bump it back to the siege machine checkpoint. It'd be strange to have all these specials dropping on that first checkpoint. I think the sniper could drop at the siege machine. Either way, going to be really cool to get these. Another weapon that will probably drop at the siege machine is the machine gun, seeing as the rocket drops there. And this is a 100 rate of fire and 25 impact archetype of machine gun, so it's just like the Diluvian style of machine gun. And this is a very interesting weapon as well, potentially. It has triple tap and the triple double bonus, so it could be pretty intense for doing high boss DPS or high target DPS on mages and things like that. Definitely a lot of these weapons are really exciting. Can't wait to try them out. In terms of other stuff, we have the Ghost Shell, and this is the Amalgam Shell, and presumably this will drop from Axis Phase 1, just like the ones do currently. That's pretty cool. We also have artifacts, so we have the Perfected Siva Core for the Titan, Perfected Siva Shard for the Hunter, and the Perfected Siva Capsule for the Warlock. So basically these are perfected as opposed to non-perfected that you get in normal mode, so that's pretty cool. Before I move on to armor stuff, we have the ship for the raid, the Nano Phoenix, and this thing just looks super cool. It actually looks like a plastic toy ship or something. It's kind of cool though. I really like the black and red. So presumably this will drop on the final boss as a guess, or perhaps through some kind of quest or something that we have to do relating to the hard mode raid. Finally, for the armor that comes from the raid, they're essentially the same armor pieces. They're ever so slightly visually different if you don't have a shader on them. They actually have the same names, apart from they're called spliced. So the gauntlets, for example, are spliced Cosmoclast gauntlets as opposed to just Cosmoclast gauntlets. They do have the Scavenger's Boon perk for more heavy ammo, and the Siva Directive where you can actually change the stats and upgrades. The other thing that they have that's different for hard mode is the ornaments. So you can adorn the armor with new designs and effects, and presumably these ornaments will drop at different stages throughout the raid. Perhaps we'll get a quest for that as well, like we did when we initially went into the raid. But it's pretty cool, so you will have the ability to put the ornaments on the raid armor, and it gives it this kind of chromed glow, which is really cool. There are a bunch of emblems in the kiosk as well. Unfortunately, we can't actually define specifically where they come from, but we know that we'll get them through hard mode or the challenge modes that follow. So there you go, guys. Just a quick breakdown of all of the stuff inside of the hard mode raid. There's plenty of stuff in there. It's going to be pretty exciting to jump in and get that stuff when it launches on the 18th of October. So let me know down below how you feel about all of this gear, what you're most excited for. If you have enjoyed the video, a like is always appreciated. And if you guys are new to this channel, feel free to hit subscribe if you want to see a lot more Destiny and Rise of Iron content. For now though, whatever you do, have an awesome day.